What's going on, world?
What's up?
Yo. So it's your boy Ray. We got Ree right here and Rashad behind the camera.
Hi.
And we the program, and we coming to you with a podcast. It's the program podcast. Alright? So we about to get started. So
Wait, you gotta be
hey, look, this is our first one. So
Can we see the questions? I'm not gonna remember that.
No, you straight up.
Listen. This is our
wasn't
first
even
one.
prepared.
This is our first ever podcast. So we don't care if we make mistakes on this.
I'm sorry.
We just gonna, but listen. We just gonna be open, honest. Ain't no candid stuff. We giving you the real us. But we the program. We started this. It's been a minute since we started this, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And basically, we just came together like a couple years ago, but we really got together this past year.
Yeah.
Once I started like working out with them, and they just joined in basically when I was getting ready for my bodybuilding journey.
Yeah.
So that's how we just became close. Somebody gave us the name Big Bodies United, and we was gonna go by BBU. But then in a group text one day, I just saw program, and I was like, okay. So I just got it on the shirt, and that just stuck ever since then. So yeah.
Very true.
That's how that goes. But I'm the special guest for today, even though I'm part of the group. And you will get to understand who I am, what I do, and what I want to continue to do for the future. So yeah, we're going to get this started.
Let's go.
All right, so Ray, what's a little bit about yourself? What's the background?
All right, a little bit of background. So, of course, my name is Ray.
Let me know your middle name.
Nah. I mean, my middle name is Lavoisier. Not really. But my actual middle name is Terrell. But they just said, forget all that. You're going by Lavoisier. I was like, all right, whatever. I guess it fits.
Sexy.
Whatever. Hood sexy, right? But I'm from the south side of Chicago, Inglewood to be exact. I grew up in the projects. When I was 6 years old, I moved in with my grandmother once my uncle passed away. Well, one of my uncles. And then from that point on, so it's still been a hood boy. Ain't gonna never go away. It's gonna always be in me. But went to college. Before I went to college, I was at high school at this first all-male, all-black public charter school in Chicago called Urban Prep Charter Academy. And basically, in there, they taught me how to be prideful within myself as a black male and believe in myself and just know that I can do anything that I set my mind to. So we used to have to say a creed each and every morning called We Believe. It'd be like, we believe we are the young men of urban prep. We are college bound. We are exceptional, not because we say it, but because we work hard at it. Blah, blah, blah. You get the gist. So we had to say that every day. And I actually believed that. So fast forward a little later, my senior year, I didn't think I was going to college. I just wanted to go to the military or to the police academy. I didn't think college was for me, even though I was good at sports. But my school counselor at the time, RP Mr. Hutchinson, he was just like, yo, we got the perfect school for you. You're not going to the military or to the police academy. So I was like, all right, bet. So he said, you going to UVA. I said...
Hometown.
It is his hometown, though. But I was just like, I mean, that's the number one public school, and I don't know. So I applied the first time, got rejected. Applied again, and got in because he knew somebody to help me get in. And I'm still tight with the lady. Her name Dean Grimes. She's a dean of African American Studies there at UVA, and I still keep in contact with her to this day because if it was not for her and him, I don't know how I would have got through it. But in college, I don't know what you want to call it. I got hurt because I went to college. I tried out for the track team for Division I, made it, got hurt, had to focus on school. And at that point, school was just like not something I really wanted to do. So you could say I went into a depression at that point. Didn't know it because all I did was drink. All I did was I started smoking. I would work out all the time. But then it just got to a point where I was just like, I don't get tired of this. I see my attitude changing. Well, she's my wife now, but she was my girl at the time. Like, she was getting mad at me all the time, telling me I'm angry, this and that. I was about to drop out of school. And then to make matters even worse, my grandmother passed away in 2013 from a massive stroke. And I think that's what really woke me up as far as like working out and caring about my health and grades, just because I was like, yo, I got to do this for her. Like, this is all for her and only for her. I graduated in 2014 with my bachelor's of arts in psychology. Went to grad school for school counseling.
Ray has like 8 degrees.
I do, actually. But not 8, but it's 3. Graduated from grad school and school counseling in 2016. Took a year off, went to Liberty University, got my EDS in educational leadership. But through all that time, I've been trying to work on getting certified as a personal trainer, doing bodybuilding shows, just working out, and finally passed my certification after like 4 to 5 years, I want to say. Yeah, around 4 to 5. Each time I missed it by like 1 point. So this past October, I took it. I ain't let people know I was really taking it, because I even told Ree and Rashad, I was like, yo, I'm going to take it. This the date I have it. But I kept asking them, like, how do you know if you're ready for it? Blah, blah, blah. And they were just like, yo, just take it. So I changed the date, took it. And after I took it, I passed it. From that point, it just, the rest is history. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. And I'm going to continue to go in deeper once they start asking the questions.
Cool. So why Brainz and Brawn Fitness? We see the brand, see it popping up. So
Right.
why Brainz and Brawn Fitness? How did that come about?
So originally, I was going to call it something like Iron Sharpens Iron. I started looking up different logos and stuff because I wanted my brand or my business to incorporate God in it, because I feel like if God isn't in anything that I do, then it's all for nothing and it's not going to work. And I truly believe in God. I'm working each and every day to grow closer to God. But one day at church, my pastor and I, Pastor JT Taylor, we were setting up at church, and I moved the podium. He was like, oh boy, you got the Brainz and the Brawn. And it just clicked. I was like, yo, I'm using that. He was like, I want you to. I feel like God was telling me to give you that. And from that point, he was just like, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get a domain, get a website, blah, blah, blah. He's running down the whole 9 yards. And this was after I passed, like a week after I passed the certification test for personal training. And from that point, it just stuck. That's why I chose, or how Brainz and Brawn came about.
Absolutely. I think when Ray originally mentioned it to me and Rashad, it was like we were excited. It was like, yo, we can really get behind this. For one, all 3 of us prior to, aside from being in the gym, which is where you see us most of the time, all of us are in education. So I taught English at the time. Rashad is also an English teacher. I'm an assistant principal now. Ray, of course, is a counselor. So, it was like, yo, this is us. Like, we can really get behind this and push this and support it. Yeah. And I think it's a true sign of like real friendship and real brotherhood that, it didn't have to be something that was our idea or our thing. But, because it was our brother's thing. It was like, yo, we really want to help push this. Like, this is dope.
And that's like the biggest reason, like, I continue to go, because there was plenty of times I was like, yo, am I doing the right thing? Am I starting it the right way? And it was a point in time where I just, like, for a whole week, I just stopped. And I got a text from Rashad, like, Ray, continue to rep the brand. And I was just like, that same day, I just posted something on why it came about, basically. So I told y'all how the name came about. But now the thought process of everything is, I'm going to ask y'all a question. What's the one thing we do on a daily basis? Like, individually. Or you could say everybody in this world. What's the one thing that everybody does on a daily basis? Ain't no right or wrong answer.
It's like a super trick question.
I was going to say, it's a lot of things to do every day.
Really ain't no right or wrong answer. You just...
We eat.
Okay, that's one.
You breathe.
You breathe. Okay. Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
You use your mind and you use your body.
You do use your mind and your body. But that is going along with what I'm about to say. The one thing we all do on a daily basis is stress.
True.
We stress. What are you stressing about? What I'm going to eat? What are you stressing about? What I'm going to wear to work? What are you stressing about? Oh, what kind of interview question? What I'm going to do at the gym? What my wife going to say today? What my child going to do today? Am I going to die today? People stress about all those different things, right?
Yeah.
So what happens to your mind?
I guess more now.
How can we, as people, help our minds to just relax? You meditate. You go to the gym. Science proves and research proves that just doing a little bit of exercise a day can decrease the stress that you have on a daily basis. Like literally that can happen. So Brainz and Brawn for me is all about the mental and the physical. And in general, I was talking to my pastor and he was just like, yeah, a lot of pastors die from heart attacks or any type of disease because they just stress out. And that's when it really clicked for me, like, yo, God really gave him that name to give to me to start this thing. Like this is bigger than me. This is way bigger than me. Nah, this
Judah. Chill out.
I told y'all we gonna keep it real in here, so this ain't. So for me, it's just like that whole aspect of knowing that stressing out a lot can ruin or cause many complications in our health. But one way to decrease a lot of the things that go on in our body is to work out. And also your nutrition aspect of it goes into play too. Because you can't just work out and just continue to eat the same way. That's just going to be a destination to fail, basically. So you design to fail if you do that. But knowing the different recommendations for different things, like just eating 2 to 3 meals a day with most of it being protein and green veggies and a little bit of carb sources, go a long way. Just different things like that. So that's my whole mentality around this whole brand and the business of Brainz and Brawn.
Cool. So, all that being said, what's next for Ray?
For Ray, as a person, I would say the next thing would be just making sure I continue to stay on top of what I want to accomplish in my life in general. So basically, I want to make sure I'm there as a father, I'm there as a husband, I'm there as a brother, you know what I'm saying, a son. I have goals I want to achieve as far as bodybuilding goes. I compete in the men's physique category of the OCB, sanction. And in December, I got first overall for my class, at least first in my class, and then second overall in the open class as well. But I feel like I can really do some damage in this league and try to get my pro card. So the next big goal that I have outside of continuing to push the brand and getting clients for personal training is to get my pro card for men's physique. That's like the biggest thing because I feel like that's gonna just take off, and everybody's gonna wanna be like, "Yo, what you doing?" Like people already hitting me up saying, "Yo, what workouts you doing? What you eating?" I'm charging y'all too. That's like a consultation for real. Let y'all know.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
I just feel like some people, or just in general, depending on how I'm feeling that day, or if God places it on my heart, I just give you the information for free. Because some people, they'll charge you an arm and a leg, and I'm just trying to be mindful of money for people and things like that. But I'm always willing. Like I'm giving you free advice right now, telling you like 2 to 3 meals a day. That's basically free advice. But that's stuff you can find on the internet too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you said what's next for Ray. Mm-hmm. Did you mention what was next? You didn't really mention what's next for you though. You got some popping
I did.
Too soon. No, you did not. Yo.
What else?
What's happening in August, y'all?
I mean, I basically said I'm getting the pro card, but if y'all follow me on IG, my regular page is Mr._Brainz and Brawn, and then my business page is Brainz and Brawn Fitness. But if y'all follow me on either of those, you will saw I made a post a few days ago saying that on August, I want to say 29th, between the 26th and the 29th, I'm going to Washington, D.C. and competing in the Yorton Cup Amateur Division. and that's like gonna be for me. That's a big show, and that's my coach is competing in that. A couple of my other teammates are competing in that too because that's their pro debut, and that's like one of the biggest shows of the year. And I'm guaranteeing that I'm getting my pro card.
Yes, sir.
I'm guaranteeing that. Like, you're going to see me work. You're going to see me put in the work. You're going to see my meals. I'm going to be vlogging. I need y'all to hold me accountable. I need the whole world to hold me accountable because I just declared that I am getting this pro card.
Pretty much, man. A lot of pressure, but it's all good.
Ain't no pressure.
Ain't no pressure.
I love pressure, though, because pressure make diamonds.
Yes, sir.
That's my whole life I've been counted out, so I'm going to do what I got to do. That's just it. So,
Yeah.
I have a question, completely off the cuff.
Oh, go
So, I know that I think one thing about the three of us is that all of us have the ability to really be loners in the sense of like, I can work out by myself. I can go places by myself. I don't need to be around people. But I think that the three of us really encountering each other and really getting to know each other has taught us a lot about friendship and the importance of friendship and having that accountability.
Right.
So how has that process been for you?
I can say this. I would say from the time I was maybe 6 to the time I was 18, I kept the same core group of friends. Like most of us got the same tattoo. We known each other since 6th grade, graduated high school together, kept in contact in college, and every time we came home from college, we saw each other. In college, I had the roughest time trying to make friends because I felt like people weren't genuine or authentic. And I felt like even the black people weren't black because they grew up in like predominantly white areas. And from that, it was just like I had to find my group of friends. And even when I found my group of friends, like we all from the city, same situation, single mother, ain't got no money. You hustling all day, every day, 3-4 jobs while you in school, trying to pay for certain stuff, getting shoes, you selling it. So after that, when I first moved to Suffolk, I was just like, I saw you working out, Ree, and you was working out with Eddie. And then the next day, you was working at the desk, and I was like, yo, I just saw you working out, and I introduced myself, and we clicked ever since then.
Yeah.
Then like a couple of weeks later, I met Rashad at the gym because I worked out with all of them. I think we did a chest workout with Eddie. We sure did. We did a chest workout.
Yeah, and that was like right after we had met too.
I don't remember that at all.
Right, and I was like, yo, this fool here, why he so like, his demeanor was kind of rude. But for me, I was cool with it because it seemed like a city mentality. It was just like, yo, he seemed rude. Then somebody said something about something in the Bible. He started going to church. Like, I worked hard for my stuff. Blah, blah, blah. You probably don't remember it, Jessica. That joke was funny. Like, I remember the whole jank. Like, I have a really good memory. But that day was funny. But since then, it was just like, kept in contact with y'all, worked out every now and then. But when we really started working out, that accountability helped because I haven't met friends like y'all since I graduated from grad school. Because even then, like, they were younger than me, so I was the oldest in the group.
Yeah.
So I had to really lead by example, if that makes sense. And even now, I still lead by example because people are always watching, no matter how young I am. So people are always watching. But working out with y'all in the mornings has held me accountable and actually motivated me even more. Just because I knew, like I said, I'm the youngest. So just knowing that they looking at me, if I miss a day, they gonna miss a day. If I start to slack off, they ain't gonna slack off. But I care too much about them and about everybody's health. So it just motivated me to keep going and to build that friendship. Like, we talk about so much stuff. We go get coffee together. They supported me by going to the show. Like, that's real brotherhood. On Rashad's birthday. That was, like, dope to me. Then they did support me on my birthday, help celebrate me getting a certification. And I haven't had that since, like I said, grad school. And that was a few years, 2016. Yeah. And my wife was shocked because she was like, you don't never let people in. So I let y'all in quick. That just goes to show you. And it was genuine, though.
Yeah.
Like, y'all never fake. Y'all always tell the truth. We joke a lot. So, yeah, it's been fun, though. Like, y'all hold me accountable. Y'all motivate me, and I motivate y'all. And that's all you can ask for. Like, really.
Yeah.
And I think it's so different finding good friends like as an established adult, because I think, like you said, you have your friends from high school, and then you go to college and you make friends, and then at the conclusion of your college experience, you all disperse and you go your different ways. And so I think a lot of times find yourself either just accepting that you just aren't going to have a close knit circle like that, or wishing you had that.
Right.
So I think to be able to find a close circle like this as actual established adults with families where we're actually settled, like I think that's been a major blessing.
Definitely.
For me, definitely, and I think for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I know even for me, like, I was telling on my wife, I was like, yo, like, do you realize that we have communicated almost every day for like the past 2 years? She was like, what? I said, yeah, through some form of communication, we've talked. So like, this is real. Like, we not out here faking. We not out here posting on IG for likes. Nah, like, we really legit friends, holding each other accountable.
Yep.
A lot of stuff that we will never discuss on this forum.
Yeah.
That we have to deal with and go through. But like, trust me, like, when I say get you a team, like, I'm for real. You need, get you a team, y'all.
Yeah, a team goes a long way, because think about it, like the Kevin Hart series on Netflix.
On Netflix.
Like, he made that one mistake because his team was not with him.
Yeah.
Like, your team holds you accountable. Like, if your team ain't with you and they ain't rocking with you like you need them to rock with you, you might have to find a new team.
Right.
Like, I trust them. Like, I trust them too. I trust the people I grew up with. We call ourselves the Four Brothers. It's Anthony, Marlon, Jamil, and myself. And I trust Dr. Brooms. He was our track coach, and now he's a professor at the University of Cincinnati. I also trust Team Manifest, all those guys. And just to know, like, they rock with them too. They just met them in December. They started following them, liking their posts. You reached out to Darius about a meal plan, and he referred you to somebody else. Like, just that. Like, trusting him in that aspect because of me.
Yeah.
So just rocking with other people because of me. And they real genuine and dope people. Like, all those people. I wish they could meet all the people that I rock with for real. Because then I feel like they'll understand, like, who I am and how I became the person I became now.
Yeah.
But, so I, basically on that same note, what has it been like for y'all, though? Because y'all getting up in the morning, you got to grind every day. Like, I know it was a struggle that first week we started working out. It wasn't for me just because, like, I was going to grind regardless. But it just helped because it was like, all right, I'm looking forward to them being there.
Bro, like, it was like this. It was good. You know what I'm saying? And even, like, because remember that first day, like, we got into a little disagreement.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Nah, I ain't forget about that. We got into a little disagreement. You know what I'm saying? And it took a minute for us to kind of get back on track. You know what I'm saying? So like, so even as friends, like, we still have to understand that, like, yo, like, you gotta know your people,
Right.
understand your people, be open, be honest, and also just communicate with them. Because if you don't, then that'll start to form a wedge in between relationships, and then the unspoken thing becomes the thing that's most prominent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And especially when it comes to like us, we close anyway, we still push through that.
Yeah.
And now we understand each other better. And the thing was, like, we communicate so differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how communication styles are 3 different styles. So sometimes those joints don't mesh, they clash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
that is true.
So when they clash, are you gonna, like, actually press through it, or are you gonna, like, really be in your feelings forever? And not admit that, like, yo, what you said, like, you hurt my feelings, man. Like, I ain't like I don't know why I ain't mad at you, but I'm mad at what you said, and, like, you know, really deal with that.
Yeah.
And then keep it moving.
And I can say, like, to that, Riekus was playing around. He said something, but I wasn't even mad at him. I was just mad at the fact that what he said, because it just brung something from back in the day.
Yeah.
But I was already upset, and I wasn't even up. I don't even know why I was upset. It ain't had nothing to do with my wife, my daughter. I think I was just thinking about something. I don't know. Like, literally, we get upset sometimes and don't know why. But whatever he said triggered it, and I just told him like I wasn't mad at you. I was just mad that what happened, like what was said, and that goes along to what you said. Like, are you gonna just press through it, or are you gonna literally talk about it and say like, hey, you made me upset a little bit by what you said, but it wasn't you. It was just like the words, basically.
I think I try to be mindful, like as far as like the getting up in the morning. Like I think I've always been the morning person of the group. Like before we worked out together, I was getting up at 5 in the morning because it was like I would prefer to do it in the morning. Yeah. But one thing that I try to be really mindful of is that I think you have to have an awareness of when God brings a friendship together. Yeah. And I think the way that everything really clicked was very like God ordained. Like it's so ironic. Like we live in walking distance of each other. Like y'all are literally across the street from each other. Yeah. I'm across the other street from y'all. So and it was for us to have never known each other and to have just met and we just clicked. And like y'all said, like our personalities are so different. Yeah. Like Rashad is the sarcastic, like I low key want to fight you, like put one in the group. Like I legitimately think that I am a celebrity. And and Ray is literally like the baby hawk of the group. Like, but we all click so well. Like, and it's odd because like we are so different, but we have so many similarities that still bring us together.
Right. Yeah. And for me that's kind of dope though, just because whatever the jank fell. And I think for me it's dope just because everybody is not the same. Right. But just think about it, like we all have spouses. Like we're all not the same, but we have to learn how to work together, respect each other, and learn how to love each other. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing like that I had to adjust to. Like just learning how to love other men, because when you younger, like I grew up without a dad, so I didn't know what it was like for a guy to show another guy love without being told that he's gay.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes total sense.
So as I grew up, the only male that I loved was my uncle, because he took care of me. He showed me the ropes. He taught me how to hustle, how to do a bunch of stuff. And then when I got to high school, my track coach is the one that genuinely showed me like, yo, like I have all daughters, but you and the other 3 boys are like my son. So he treated us as such. So that's how I first learned how to love. And from that point on, it's always been like, I'm going to pour my heart out to other people. Because that's what somebody else did to me and they didn't even know me. Yeah. But that's the godly thing to do, though. Oh, yeah. But it's always hard because once you get hurt once, you be like, I'm going to shut down. And I've done that so many times. But when I first met y'all, it was just like an instant, let me pour my heart out to y'all, basically. Like emotionally, physically. And it's just like, yo, y'all did the same thing with me. Absolutely. I've just been rocking with y'all since then, though. So it's just been cool. And I know when we first started working out together in the mornings, like me and Ree were working out a year before like all this was happening, because we was going in the mornings. And then once I started the prep part of everything, Rashad told me, it's like, we ain't know if you was gonna let us work out with you.
No. That's because when we asked, so let's tell the real story. No. Let's tell the real story. We literally said, it was like, because we had already been working out during the summer, right? And we had said he was about to prep for his show.
But that was already the summer. No. I started June. All right. I started June.
Okay, so you're right. My timeline's off, but my story's still right. So we were like, we're going to work out with you. This man looked us in the eye, was like, oh, nah, I don't work out with people when I'm prepping for a show, because I take it seriously.
I did say that.
And I'm sitting there like,
they proved me wrong, though. They proved me wrong.
That's fine.
But think about it. It's like, how can I put it? I'm going through something like I really genuinely care about, and this is what I want to do for a profession. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. And I treat my prep as if like this is all I know, this is all I got, and I ain't feel like having nobody in the way of that.
Yeah, you may have known.
Made it very clear. But very clear.
But you always say like you speak stuff into existence, basically. You told me that, and I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. When I texted that to you one time, I was like, somebody else told me I'd do that, but I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. And he just laughed at it. And I was like, that you got every right to laugh. I wasn't trying to, yeah.
But in all honesty, I'm sorry, not to cut you off. No, in all honesty, though, I think that even though you were on your whole, like, I don't work out with people thing, I think that working out as a group kind of gave you more confidence in realizing, like, yo, I can really do this training thing.
Yeah.
You know, because we were like your first clients. Like,
basically, and like, y'all were actually my first clients, even though the workout was done by my boy Chad, and you went to school with Chad.
Right. High school.
Yeah. And
first year of college, because we both went to Liberty.
Yeah, I forgot he went there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just crazy, like, it's a small world, right?
Super small.
But
then I left Liberty. ODU, Monarchs.
He's funny, bro. But Chad made the workout, and they was doing it with me the whole way, but they didn't know how to do some of the stuff. They seen it done, but them doing it themselves, I had to, like, show them, because I've been working out forever. Like, running track, playing football, playing basketball, going to the gym with my uncle. Like, I've always worked out, and I knew how to do some of the exercises. So if there was ever a day where I just didn't go in the morning, but I went later in the day, I would send them a video link saying, like, all right, this is how you do the exercise. I think I did that a couple times.
Yeah.
And that helped them out a lot, though, just because I'm not going to always be there. So they got to learn how to do it themselves. And even then, like, we was doing a roll one day, and I was telling Rashad, like, yo, you got to stretch and then pull back and have your elbow come behind you. And that really works your lats. And from that point, it was just like just dropping knowledge, even though somebody else gave me the workout. But I know what I'm doing.
Right.
So just that, like, they motivated me to even want to do the test again. That was just like the motivation to work out, to compete, and get the personal training certification. Like, that was just, I don't know, speechless on that.
And that's one thing I can really say about us as a group is that I think this has really changed my perspective on friendship as a whole, because the three of us really genuinely celebrate each other.
Right.
And it really doesn't matter how big or small the accomplishment is. It doesn't matter if, like, you've achieved something that I haven't achieved yet.
Right.
Like, we legitimately, like, celebrate each other. Like, when I passed my test to get my to get my license, to be a principal. When I graduated, when I got my first job, when I got my job, which just happened to be the first one I interviewed for, but when I got it, like, the excitement that I got from y'all, it was like, yo, this is weird. Like, I'm not used to feeling people this excited about, you know, something that I've accomplished that doesn't necessarily directly affect them.
Right.
Like, it was the same exact way when Ray passed his test. We legit,
so
like, immediately was like, all right, what are we doing to celebrate? You know, we were equally as excited when Rashad decided he was gonna go back to school.
Yeah.
When he decided he was gonna start taking photography seriously again. Like, you need people in your corner that legitimately can celebrate every step you take and make you feel good about continuing to make that forward progress.
And just think about it like this, like, outside of them, like I mentioned Team Manifest. I became part of that team once I reached out to my boy Darius for posing advice and just used him for posing as a coach, right? And my boy LaRon, who I competed in the show with, he just had his daughter, her name is Melody. And, like, bro, we was just celebrating. I didn't make it to the baby shower, but I was still there, like, in my spirit, just celebrating with him, like, telling him, like, yo, this is about to be crazy. Like, you got a daughter.
Yeah.
Like, this is how it's going to be. And he reaching out to me saying, like, yo, we in this together. Like, I'm about to learn from you. But he almost 40. He about to be 40 and saying he going to learn from me. And just think of just, like, that love. And that's what he's all about. IBM, I'm building me. He's all about building yourself while God is at the center of it, and you just going out of love. Yeah. And it's just running on love and each and every day. That's all you got. That's all you can give. And him dropping them gems on me motivates me each and every day. So I do the same thing with y'all, and y'all do the same thing with me. Like you said, we made you find your love for photography again. Yep. And I was going to, like, I bought a tripod and everything for myself because I was going to learn.
Yeah.
I'm still going to learn because he ain't always had the time to do it because he about to get big on us. So so he ain't always had the time to do it. So he motivated me to want to learn and look up videos on how to do certain stuff because I know it'll be time consuming because he's in school. He got 3 girls. He got a wife. He has a job, and he can't teach me how to do that all the time. So I'm gonna have to learn by myself. Cause he ain't, like I said, he ain't gonna always be here to do the videos and all that stuff. And even if he does do it, like I just want to sit next to him and watch how he does it.
Right.
Like we all motivate each other in some way, shape, or form. And you just gotta have your circle of friends that's gonna do that for you. That's literally how it should be.
Yeah.
Each and every day, that's how it should be.
Yeah, we here for us, y'all. And this is gonna be a great place to stop. We've been at this like 35 minutes. Y'all ain't even recognize it.
I didn't realize now.
I ain't know it was that long.
Yeah.
I gotta pee too. I don't know how to you.
But again, it's Rashad behind the camera. Riekus, Ray.
And listen, we tell y'all now, just be on the lookout. If you want amazing gym photos, hit up Rashad Jones Photography on IG. Go to Facebook if you one of those people. I don't even know if you got a Twitter or not, but you need to have a tweeter.
I am Rashad Jones. On
But yeah, if you looking for anybody to use for consultation, there go your boy right here. He working on how to do logos and things like that. So you just reach out to him. You want training, you want coaching for a show. If you want coaching for a show, go to Chad Jackson or Darius McCray. If you just want personal training, just be on the lookout. I ain't open yet. Brainz and Brawn Fitness is not open yet. I'm just doing a promotion. But I'm going to have a launch date. And y'all going to be like psyched. Like, don't get mad because I'm flooding y'all timeline with all this stuff. Like, you see this. You see that, right? It's coming. It is coming. It is coming. You see that, right? It's coming.
I have Brainz and Brawn stuff too. I just don't.
Where's my jacket, bro? It's coming. Like I'm branding everything that I own.
Oh yeah.
Everything that I own. Everything is happening now. It's happening now. So be on the lookout. Just be ready.
Absolutely.
Be ready.
Book your session
Be
soon.
ready.
Wicked sessions.
Don't be upset when he's booked.
Yeah, because God told me it's that time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And when he says it's that time, that means it's that time. Don't run away.
Nah.
Don't shy away. We still grinding, baby.
Bro, podcast.
We still grinding.
Still grinding.
Still grinding.
Still grinding.